professional chef, come on up against the bill with display.
I can't believe we're talking about cakes and nobody's brought them.
Wow.
Good.
Oh, wow. Probably the legal limit of acceptance. I don't know. We'll check it out. We'll just use it as prompts. Okay. Just sit them out as display. I'm so glad, Steve, that I got back from laying out my other bills to witness all this. So it's good to be back.
Okay. My name is Steve Mannion, and I am a professional or a certified chef and pastry chef, and I've been here in Austin for 28 years. I have a catering company that did start out as a cake. I started out making cakes, and 10 years ago I started the Culinary Academy of Austin, which is a professional culinary academy. So we teach students. We're up by Highland Mall. We're at this small school, but so my mother too used to bake cakes when I was young and I grew up, but she was in a very small community. You know, she wasn't in a city, so that's something I think that this bill has to take into consideration. I don't oppose the bill 100%. I oppose it for sure the way it is written now. And some of the things have already been brought up. Sometimes as I was standing there, excuse me, I wondered why we don't change the bill from cottage food production operations to cottage cake and cookies law. Because that's what we're talking about. We're mostly talking about, cakes and cookies. And if you look here, then we keep saying potentially hazardous foods. And this cake right here is potentially hazardous. There's still one to be made.
I had to get you to be on the mic. I'm sorry.
So these cakes, some of these cakes are potentially hazardous.
Would you like for the clerk to hand that there so you can hold up which ones are?
I can tell you, this is a cheesecake over here, and then we have lemon bars. These all have dairy products, eggs in them.
Very good, Representative.
Up here we have eclairs, which have pastry cream in them, which is potentially hazardous. And over here we have pastry cream, and that's potentially hazardous. Over here we have German chocolate cake. Again, it has egg yolks, potentially hazardous food products in it. Okay? One of the things in the bill, it says that the bill says there will not be no need for commercial-grade surfaces in the kitchen, the use of commercial-grade appliances, which is refrigerators, to hold these items, because you don't make them and immediately deliver them. And all these other, contaminated food, or the possibility, the cross-contamination issue. I don't know if everyone here in the committee is familiar with cross-contamination, and that is something in a commercial kitchen that you don't do. Our students go through 30 hours of sanitation safety, training, and that deals with a lot of these things that have been mentioned through the health departments and stuff, the inspectors. And so those are issues that I don't know if this bill addresses that well enough, again, in its present form. And then again, I brought a couple canned goods. Again, if this bill is the cottage food industry law, but we're just talking mostly about non-hazardous items, then we should call it the cottage cake and cookie law, as opposed to the cottage food industry, because what's going to stop people, again, from continuing on and doing, canned goods and selling them? And earlier it was mentioned what it takes to become a caterer, and that there's a catering license. The only catering license in the state of Texas that I know of is to have a health-certified kitchen. That's the number one thing. So that's where some of this could go, possibly. People could start catering. So, I mean, I don't agree with it. I disagree with it 100%, but I do disagree with it overall, and especially in the wording that has, or that's in it. So, any questions?
Members, any questions? I appreciate your input and your displays, very visual. My husband would love the eclairs right here in front of me. So.
I do have places.
All right. Chair Neistat, Vice Chair Neistat, I think has a question for you, if you could.
Yes.
Are these for us?
They are. They are.
I'm going to call the Texas Ethics Commission first to see if we can accept that.
Do we have
I did
to,
not make them.
We have to
do
count
we
it.
have to report these as gifts to the Texas?
That's totally up to you. Totally up to you.
I think they're under the amount of the...
I don't think I would eat some of them after they've been setting out. And again, this is part of the whole idea of the law.
What about this one?
As I look up and down the diets here and see Diet Dr. Peppers, I think you've blown some diets today, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming today. Chair calls Alan Harvey against the bill, Baker Bakery and Deli. Okay, he's no longer here. He will be shown against the bill, but did not testify. Members, we have a number of witness affirmation forms that we'll read onto the record. And I do mean a number, so bear with me. And if I don't pronounce your name correctly, I apologize. Wishing not to testify, but being shown for is Krisha Crossley, a bookkeeper representing herself, and Angela Pineda, owner of Cakes Divine, wishing not to testify. Jamie Chambliss, representing herself, a bakery. 4, Amy Evans, a student for the bill, wishing not to testify. Amber Scott, a homemaker for the bill. Yvette Humbert, retired for the bill. Randy Bartos, owner of All-in-One Bake Shop for the bill. Letitia Darez, school teacher, cake decorating hobbyist, representing herself. Samuel Perez, representing himself, substitute teacher. John Higgins, retired. And then he puts dash kind of. Interesting. I think congratulations on that. Sherilyn Vineyard, she's a mother for the bill, representing herself. Dustin Miles, an engineer for the bill. James Eads, sales for the bill, representing himself. Ann Harper, in sales for the bill, representing themselves. Jennifer Greening, for the bill, representing herself in sales. Laura Ellen Cromwell, representing herself, account rep for medical office. Marcia Thayer, a home stager, representing themselves. Cassie Miles, oil and gas lease coordinator, representing themselves. Grace Lamaster, a homemaker for the bill. Alma Garza, cake decorator for the bill. Leslie Byer Rosner, a future home baker for the bill. Quite enjoying y'all's laughs. Peggy Higgins, a transcriptionist and a baker for the bill. Now, John Higgins, retired, and then he puts dash kind of. Interesting. I think congratulations on that. Sherilyn Vineyard, she's a mother for the bill, representing herself. Dustin Miles, an engineer for the bill. James Eads, sales for the bill, representing himself. Ann Harper, in sales for the bill, representing themselves. Jennifer Greening, for the bill, representing herself in sales. Laura Ellen Cromwell, representing herself, account rep for medical office. Marcia Thayer, a homestager, representing themselves. Cassie Miles, oil and gas lease coordinator, representing themselves. Grace Lamaster, a homemaker for the bill. Alma Garza, cake decorator for the bill. Leslie Byer Rosner, a future home baker for the bill. Quite enjoying y'all's laugh. Peggy Higgins, a transcriptionist and a baker for the bill. Now we'll go into the against, and they wish not to testify and being shown against the bill. Glenn Gary is authorized to speak on behalf of the Texas Restaurant Association against the bill. Kathy Barber, representing the Texas Retailers Association against the bill. Terry Polly, and it's either a P or a D, D-A-L-I or P-A-L-I, with the Texas Public Health Association against the bill. James Murphy, representing himself, the Swedish Hill Bakery and owner against the bill. Heather Williams, a baker, pastry chef against the bill. Francis Long, a chef against the bill. Well, I just can't. Bronwyn, okay. I'm going to have to get on you about your penmanship. Bronwyn Weber, a baker manager against the bill. Powers, I think it might be Lisa Powers instead of Powers Lisa, and we may have you come back and fill that out correctly. I think we have the first name as Powers and the second name as Lisa. City of Arlington against the bill. If you're in the audience, please come fill that out correctly. Stephen Williams with the Texas Association of Local Health Officials against the bill. Jason Cheshire, City of Garland Health Department against the bill. Steve Killen, City of Garland against the bill. Richard Riley, City of Garland against the bill. Had a lot of people from North Texas come down today. Is there anyone else wishing to testify for, against, or on House Bill 3282? Chair hears none and recognizes Representative Gaddis